Hey guys, it's Shaylee. I am so happy you're here. I always say that, but I really am always so flattered when you guys decide to spend time with me, when you hit that subscribe button, when you like my videos, so I really appreciate you hanging out. As you saw in the title, today we're going to be doing a tutorial with the new Nude palette from Huda Beauty. By the way, I already recorded this, but the audio was off, so I went and played with my dogs. Rosie got something on me, so that's why I'm dirty. So I just got this palette. If you saw my last video, it was a Sephora and Ulta haul. I'll link it below. But it's called the new Nude palette from Huda Beauty. I think this came out last fall. I used it yesterday and today, and I really am liking it so far, so I'm excited for you guys to see how I achieve this look right here. I just want to warn you, my skin is freaking out. Aunt Flo visited last week. I finally got the bitch to leave, but she left behind some blemishes. So don't be scared in the next frame because my skin is not looking so hot. But besides that, I hope you guys enjoyed today's tutorial, and let's get started. So first I'm going to start with this milk cooling water. If you guys have not yet tried this, run out and try it. You will thank me later. It feels so amazing. I just love it in the morning to make me feel more awake. So for eyebrows, I'm going to use some Anastasia Dip Brow, and I'm drawing little hair strokes. I think you guys have seen me do this a few times. If not here on YouTube, some pictures on my Instagram, I've been doing this. I love it. I just think it looks so fluffy and natural versus filling your eyebrow in solid. So I show kind of a long clip of this because I want you guys to see what I'm doing if you've never done this before. All you do is you want to kind of wipe your brush on the inside of the cap of the dip brow to get it really nice and skinny like I'm doing right here. And then you just draw little hair strokes, and I'm going up right in front because that's the way my hair grows right there. So that's all you kind of do is copy the way your hair is growing and just mimic the little strokes, like kind of like my microblading too. That's what I'm trying to achieve. Prep for eyeshadow, I'm using a paint pot from MAC in Soft Ochre. This is going to help our eyeshadow last all day because it is like sweat and humidity resistant, and it's just a nice base to start out with to get everything even. So I don't know all of the eyeshadow names yet, so I put these little arrows right here because I don't have my palette with me. So whatever that arrow is pointing to, that's the shade I'm using in the next clip. So I'm applying this lighter pink shade in the upper crease area for our transition color. It's just going to help all of the next shades we use blend out really softly and create a really pretty gradient. And I'm using a big fluffy brush from MAC. So now I'm showing you the next brush I'm going to go in with, because each time I go in with a darker color like this one, I go down with a smaller brush as well. That's just going to help you stay more controlled and not buff the color up too high or get too crazy, which I can always use the extra help on that. I can kind of get overboard sometimes. So I'm applying that next color, like I said, down deeper in the crease and then buffing it out with no additional product. And then again, smaller brush, darker color. So we're going to start applying this color to the deepest area of the crease you can and a little bit on the outer corner. I really wanted to keep the outer corner dark on this look because I really wanted the glittery part we're going to put later on our eyelid to pop, and I feel like the contrast between the outer corner darkness and the bright inner corner really look nice together. So if you don't want to do this, of course you can just leave it in the crease. And then last, darkest color we're going to use today, again just on the outer corner with that same small brush, and then whatever's left on your brush, just kind of buff it up into the outer crease, but I don't really take it in too far. Now I'm going back with that big fluffy brush we used the very first time with nothing else on it and just making sure there's no harshness and buffing it out. Now there's concealer in this palette, and I had no idea until I used it today. I missed it yesterday when I was using it. So this is going to be kind of like our little cut crease area. So you're going to want to use a flat synthetic brush. I'm using one from MAC, it's a 242. And as you can see, I just kind of carve out where my crease is, and then I buff the brush backwards from the outer corner to kind of blend that eyeshadow in with the concealer. You can do this, or you can leave it a little bit softer and skip this step. I prefer to do both. I don't know, it just kind of depends on my mood. Now I'm going to go in with this gorgeous shimmery color. Oh my gosh, you guys, it is so pretty. And these pigments are so creamy. Usually with shadows like this, you need some Fix Plus or some water, something to wet your brush. Not at all with this one. It just looks so pretty. And then I'm just doing a quick Morphe setting spray layers to make sure all of that glitter stays on my eyes. So now I'm going to coat my eyelashes with some mascara from Maybelline, just a quick coat to make sure they're nice and black for mascara. I'm going to be using Christina 523s today. They're so cheap. I linked them through Amazon down below, and I think I get like 10 pairs for $22 or something like that. And I really like them. They're very similar to a Demi Wispy from Ardell, just a little bit bigger. Since we're not wearing eyeliner, it's really important that you get it down low to the lash line. I know I have such a horrible habit of pulling my eye, but that's how I see what I'm doing up there. So
Now I'm going to prime my skin. I'm going to get a little bit extra right now and use like 3 different primers. This is the one I always use, that primer water, so I do that anyway. But then I wanted to try the blurring primer from Cover FX that I just got in my last video. It was a haul video. So I'm putting that down the center area of my face where I have pores. And then I'm going to use this gripping primer that I just got as well. I just was trying to try as many products as I could. So clearly you do not need to use 3 primers. I was just, like I said, being extra. So this Fenty Beauty foundation, this is the second day I've worn it, and I really like the finish, I like the coverage, but this color, you will see in a minute, is just way, way, way too light for me. I wore it the day before I filmed this, and I kind of thought it was light, but I just kind of threw myself together that day, doctored myself up with some bronzer. This day, all the lights were on me. I was actually like really paying attention, of course, and it was bad. So you're gonna see me go in and correct it with this concealer. I used a little bit of it under my eyes. I love this concealer. This is new as well. And I'm gonna put it like on my jawbone area, just a bunch of different places all over my face to try to even out the color and make myself a little bit more matching my neck. And then I'm putting a little bit of Shape Tape to lighten up that under eye area as well. Sorry, I know it kind of looks like I am a crazy lady just layering all this weird stuff, but I was just trying to fix my skin tone to match my neck. So now I'm going to set under my eyes. This powder is so old, it doesn't even have a lid anymore. I love it, but it's discontinued, so I'm so sorry I used it. I'm just trying to use it up. You can use any setting powder under the eyes. And then for my whole face, I'm going to go in with this new powder from It Cosmetics that I got. Like I keep saying, everything is going to be linked down below because I'm basically using a ton of new products that I got in my last video. Gracie says hi, everybody. She was barking at me, so I brought her up for a little dance party while I was getting ready really quick. And then we're going to go back to buffing out that powder on the face. I really like it so far for setting. The packaging said sheer to full coverage. I would not agree. I would say it's a sheer to medium. I couldn't really get a full coverage with this, but that's okay. For setting, it was great. Another setting spray. And then we're going to go in with bronzer, this very well loved Hula Benefit bronzer, and then this brush from MAC. I will also link this down below because I forget the name right now, but it is so nice for bronzer because it's just really nice and fluffy, and it helps you not go overboard. Like, you really have to layer it up if you want to get darkness, which I really can get heavy-handed, so I love grabbing this brush when I'm a little bit on my more fair side, just to make sure I don't overdo it on the bronzer. Now I'm going to go in with some blush from MAC. Originally I thought I wanted to use Prism because it's matte, and I do like the color. It's a really neutral color, so if you're going to be wearing a bold lip, it's a great option, or if you have like a lot going on the eyes. But then I decided maybe I do want some shine to my eyes, or I'm sorry, to my cheeks. So I went back with some air blush from Marc Jacobs in the color Flesh and Fantasy. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. Now we're going to hop back to the eyes. Just to cover up the eyelash glue, I'm going to go back with this dark kind of maroon color that I used in the outer corner on a flat definer brush, and I love the way this turned out without using black. I just think it kind of like ties in that outer corner and gives some interest to the lid that I don't normally do. I don't know, I just really liked it. Of course, if you want to use black, you can do that. But I'm carrying the same color down on the lower lash line with that same brush, and then we're going to kind of do the reverse that we did up in the crease on the top. I'm going to blend it out using a darker color, and then a lighter color, and then the lightest color, just going back and buffing, 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 so that it kind of gets really blown out and smoky, but it's also really nice and blended. Now I'm going to highlight, and since we did go with a shimmery blush, we have shimmer on our eyes, I kept the highlight for our eyes matte. So I'm using that color Bear in the palette, and I'm putting it underneath my brow bone and on the inner corners of my eyes to make them look a little bit more open. And then I'm going to hit the bottom lashes with some brown mascara from Maybelline, just to keep things a little bit softer, but again, of course you can use black, you can tweak this look to make it however you want. For my eyebrows, I'm going to use some Anastasia Clear Brow Gel now that we're basically done with powder on our face. I love this, and it's a fresh tube. There's nothing like a fresh tube of brow gel. For lips, I wanted to use MAC Whirl, but I couldn't find it, so I used my half red. It's very similar, it's just a little bit more red instead of brown like Whirl. But I was able to find my Whirl lipstick, so you'll see in a minute I'm going to fill in my lips with that. I'm using a lip brush, just in case you're wondering, because it is in a palette, not a lipstick tube, so that's why I don't show it either. But it's pretty much the same color, as you can tell. It looks really pretty, I thought, with the outer corner of the eye, so it worked out using the half red liner. So I did decide to highlight. I wasn't originally going to, so that's why I'm kind of doing it in a weird order. But I went in with some Cindy Luminizer from the Balm, and I chose this specifically because it's kind of like a darker pink color for a highlight for my skin tone. So it's very subtle. It just gives like a lit from within glow, which I thought was nice to not overpower the shimmeriness of our blush and on our eyes. So I really hope you guys like this look. I'm going to hit myself with one final setting spray pass, and I just am so excited about this look. I really like it, so I hope you guys do too. If you recreate it, please tag me and post a little picture on Instagram. I would love to see it, and I'll see you guys really soon with another video. Thanks for watching.